Hello everybody, welcome back to Cloudwings Technology. My name is Bahadur and today I'm going to teach you to deploy three-tier application. For that we will use Docker Compose. Although we have deployed two-tier and three-tier application in our previous two sessions, I hope you guys have you watched those sessions. If you have watched, then today we are going to deploy the same applications, and I have modified some changes in these applications. Yesterday I developed one more functionality I have added in these applications, like blog, how to add blog, how to delete blog, how to edit blog. So yes, so I will show first what you will learn in this video, then we will do the practical. So here in front of you, you can see I am having one Angular application is running. You can see this is my Angular application, and let me log in. You can log in. Here is the info cloud and password. I'm just logging, right? Guys, you will deploy these beautiful applications, and if you watch the video from start to end, then you will understand how to deploy the main stack application with the single click, right? Because today we are going to use Docker Compose. Okay, I think something went wrong. What is? Let me go to the network. Let me the reload and let me first see what is the issue. Why it is not logging? Its request is pending failed. Okay, so actually the server, maybe server issue. Okay, okay. So this is where our server. So here we need to run npm run dev, right? Basically, this is our Angular this is our backend. So yeah, we have started our backend server, and let me try it again. Let me refresh first, and I will give the email ID. My email is this, and I will give the password. Yeah, request has status change 200. Yeah, we are logging, right? So guys, this beautiful application you are going to deploy, right? So you can create your post, you can see the available posts. These posts I have created, and you can create your own post, like some title you can give, and how to deploy three-tier architecture, three-tier application with, we will use basically Compose, Docker Compose. So this is our title and this is our post, right? Let me create. Yes, we are able to create that post, and we can also see the more about that post, and you can go back and you can edit as well. Here, if you want edit something, you can edit as well, right? So like that you can edit and like everything is working fine. So whatever I have shown as of now, this is working in my local system, right? So the database is also in my local, and the backend is also running in my local system, right? Wherever I have started the development of that backend application. Now our main goal is to deploy this application, right? This front end application. This is the front end application, and also this backend applications, right? So we need to deploy the application, right? So I will share the source code of this project. You can follow me. Here is my LinkedIn profile. You can search me like github.com, and my name is Bahadur. So you can see DevOps Bahadur Khan, and when you go on this URL, you can see here is the repository sections, and here you will find the repository. Here is the back front end applications. Whatever we have developed, you can take the code from this my repository, and also the backend code also you can check out from here. Here also you can have the backend as well, my dear friends. So yeah, so you can take that source code, okay? And you can follow me, and here you can follow me, right? Okay, so next we need to understand what exactly we are going to see. So the flow, let me draw the flow first, so you will get the more clarity, and we will understand what exactly we are going to do. So first we will see the flow. So today my goal is to deploy one front-end application and one back-end applications. So we have the front-end, right? So for that front-end, I will use Angular, right? So Angular, that means we need one front-end container, right? So one front-end, and this front-end application will be having Angular container, right? Right. This front-end will be having Angular container, right? So actually we are going to run this Angular application into a Docker container, right? So this is the front end. We can call it a presentation layer, right? So we will deploy this, right? Then we have another layer that we call our application layer. Application layer, right? Here our Node.js application will be run, and this is our database layer, right? Here we will use MongoDB. Which database we are going to use? We are going to use MongoDB. Okay, so these three tier application architecture. So this we can call three-tier application architecture that we have deployed in our today's session. The difference is between the last two sessions and today's session is, in the last two sessions we have used uh, manual. Actually we deploy that application manually, right? So whatever the commands, right, we need to deploy an Angular front end or back end. For that we use the docker command and docker CLI, right? From that CLI we fired the command and we create the containers. But in today's video, we will use a tool called YAML. Sorry, a tool called Docker Compose, right? So the name is suggesting that it is composing the different services, right? Like you have the presentation layer, you have the application layer, you have the database layer. So presentation layer will be contain your Angular, right? So this can be called a service. Yes, definitely we can call it as a service. So if we see, right, every layer is an service, right? This presentation layer is an Angular, right? So we can call it an Angular service, right? Because inside in this container we have one service is running, and this services belongs to one a project, right? Same thing with the Node.js and same thing with the database, right? So yeah, so that's what we need to do in today's video. So as we are going to use the YAML, right? So we have to understand the YAML syntax as well. So I will teach you what exactly the YAML as well, and what exactly the difference between this JSON and YAML, right? So guys, first you need to install mm, one tool called Docker Compose, right? And let me show first what you will, right? So here this is the front end that you will deploy, and also you have your own backend. So I will show the API, right? After deploying, you will see like that. So here you have the API. I will try to the login, right? And here let me check environment, and I will request if is backend running. If it is running, then we will get the response. If it is not running, then we will not get the response. Something went wrong. I don't know what is the. We need to check what exactly the issue. Our backend is running, and what is about the front end. Front end is an environmental issue or not. So we need to see. Yes, we have this. Here is configure, and let me go and check the environment of the DevOps. Here we also have the 10.5.7.88.165 and is running an API, right? Okay, so here we need to go, and is this post URL okay? Everything is okay, then why it is not allowing me login? Here is the sign up. Okay, we no need the name, dear friend. Let me try with this. Guys, something is wrong, where I'm doing the wrong. So we are having the protocol as a post, and we have the API URL like that. Base URL 3000 my host. Okay, so actually here we need to change the local host. Okay, because the API request is coming from the local, right? It is not coming from server. Yeah. So you can see, guys, we have successfully logged in. That means our API or backend is running perfectly on our local system. Now we need to deploy this same application into the container. That means we are going to containerize these applications. Okay, so here we will use the YAML, right? Highly we will use the YAML, right? So we have already understood how this architecture works. Now let's understand the difference between the JSON and YAML and what exactly the YAML. So basically we need such a universal format so that every different programming languages can share the data among between to them, right? So for that, some people, somebody, some respected person has developed this universal format. So first we have in the early time that we have the XML, right? Which format? XML. XML is stands for extendable markup language, right? Extend extendable markup language, right? So this is early we used, or also today also in Java this XML format is used, right? Then we have the JSON, right? JSON is stands for JavaScript Object Notation. JavaScript Object Notation, right? This is JavaScript Object Notation. Then we have another format is YAML, right? You can call it YAML and you can write it YAML YAML, or you can write it YAML YAML, right? So it stands for yet another markup language. Yet another markup language. Right? So the difference, so like how we can write the XML, right? Like if you want to write the XML, then you can use like person, right? So person will come a take, right? Right. So opening and closing. This is called person, right? In this person is having name. So you can give the name, opening braces and closing braces, right? This is the name. And like same, you have the age. So you can give the age like that, right? So like how you can write the XML, right? Now we can see the syntax for our JSON. How the JSON looks like. So JSON will look like this. You can you can create 2 flower brackets, opening and closing, and here you can give this. I'm taking this inside the person. This person object. I'm going to create this person object, right? Okay, so we can assign also, okay, or we can do this. Okay, this will work. Okay, so this person is having the name, right? So what name? Like John. I'm giving it name as John, right? Then and having the name or age, and yeah, here we can give the age is 25, right? So this whatever the object I'm this JavaScript object, I'm going to convert into the YAML so that you can understand the difference between the JSON and YAML and how you will write the YAML, right? Because the YAML is very important in order to write the YAML for your application deployment, right? So first understand the syntax, then we will do the practical of that. Okay, so be patient and be bear with me for 5 to 10 minutes. After that, you will understand how we can deploy, right? So here you can have the age and here you can have the address. Suppose the person is having the address, so address can have an object. So we have another object, and this is we called suppose it is having country, Okay, so is this country is like IND India. I'm giving is in India, and you can see the state, and state is having like Rajasthan. Okay, I'm from Rajasthan. That's why I'm taking the my state. And John is not from the Rajasthan. Actually, John is from where in from the US. Right, John is belong to the US. Right. So the state and city. What is my city? So here I'm going to take my city. Guys, you can come here. I will meet with you. This is my city, Bilwara. Okay, so this is how the object looks like in the JSON. Now we need to see and now we need to see how we can write an array inside that. So let me take the hobbies of this guy, the hobbies of this guy like an array. So in this array, we can say the guy is loving gaming lover, right? And also it is typing lover, right? So it is typing lover. Also it is a programmer. So as well as it is programming or coding lover, right? So this is how actually our JSON looks like, right? Now we need to convert the same person object into the YAML, right? So you will be understand how the YAML looks. So first on the YAML, you can start with three doors. YAML will start from these three hyphen, right? Then you can give the person per we are giving the person, right? And YAML is very strict with the indentation, so you have make sure the spaces and indentations, right? Indentations. Just like we have to care about in Python how the indentation work here, the YAML. So here person, right? You can see I given the person, and then after person we need to give these name, right? So I'm giving the name is name, person is the name, right? So what name of this person? Like say Bahadur, right? So you can give is an inside the string, or let me call it as Cloudwings, or no, this is the person. So we are going to take the John as well. Then age of this John is going to 25, and then we have, guys, have you noticed we are not using the colon and commas, right? Here we are just giving this a proper indentations, right? Then we have the address, right? So for address, we have one object. So how we can create an object inside? Just have to press enter, and you have to give one space. One space will tell its compiler, right? So the property like country, right? This country is belongs, you know, country, this country is belong to this address object, right? Now it's become at now it become a now it become a property of this address object, right? So like how you can create an object in YAML, right? And then we have the city, right? So we can also make the city, and city is like BHL. Okay, now this is how you can create one object, guys. Now we need to create one list, right? So for the list we are going to use hobbies, and inside the hobbies, right? So this one space, and yeah, right? So here we are going to give the hobbies is belongs to like watch. It is like gaming, and it is also like typing, right? So guys, have you noticed how I'm writing the YAML, right? So this is how the real life YAML is written in real life. But just you need to understand the YAML format, right? So this is a valid YAML format, my dear friends. So here you can understand the difference between XML, and then you can understand the JSON, then you can understand the YAML. So this is very important in order to start the writing the our XML, right? So hope you have understood the format and difference between the format, right? So why we need the YAML, right? Because it is very human readable, and just like writing some sentence like in English, right? So that's why it is very popular and easy format of writing the scripting. So now let's understand, guys, how we can write YAML for our applications. Here I have already written, right? Because of the time, if I go and write this much YAML, so it may take a lot of time. So I will here explain every line so you can understand what actually happening here. So whenever we write the YAML, you can see on top of we have the version, right? You have to specify the version, right? You can go and check Docker Compose latest version, right? So here you can go and see Docker Compose version, right? It is very, very important to make sure which version we are having currently, right? So here you can see we have the Docker Compose, and here you can see the latest version of that they are writing. So they are showing the difference between the, okay, we need to understand the Docker Compose. So let me go back. Right, guys. So yeah, here is the Docker Compose version. So this is the community form. You can see the Docker Compose version. We are using 3.8 or 3.9, right? So the latest version is 3.9 is also got stable, but we are still using 3.8, right? So yeah, so you can also use like same as there, right? So you can see the version on their official site, right? So version is very important, right? And you can give 3 hyphen at the top of the file, right? Then we have the services, just like the person, right? In this service, we have the application, right? We have the application, we have the Mongo, we have the Mongo Express, right? So as of now, with this file, we are going to deploy our Node.js, MongoDB, and Mongo Express, right? So here in this diagram, I will show you we have like we will deploy one Mongo container, right? We will deploy one Mongo container, right? This is our database container. And I will also need one admin UI. For that, I will create Mongo Express container as well, right? So Mongo Express, right? This is an admin UI, right? And I will also need one backend. This is our app tier, right? Where our Node.js application will run. So we can call it Node.js container. And we need one more container, which is database container, right? So our database, this is Mongo and Node.js, and our Angular, which is application web container, right? Where our Angular application is running, right? So totally we are going to create 4 containers, but these 3 containers we are going to up, right? These 3 containers, basically these 3 containers we are going to up in with single command, right? And this Angular container we are going to create separately, right? So whenever we fire, right? Whenever we fire like docker compose up, docker compose up, right? This command will create all 3 containers at single command, right? Right? Because we are going to write this entire script, because we are going to write this entire script, right? So here first you can give the services, right? So as I told, every container is service. So we have total 4 services. 3 services we are going to up at single command. Means I'm going to write first database and application tier and Mongo Express in this YAML file, right? You can either give the its extension like .yml, right? Here let me write. You can give either its extension like .yaml or YML, right? Both will be work, right? So like that, you can give the extension of that, right? And here it's very important, Docker compose, right? So here you can give, and also you can make sure it's the version, right? Now let's understand it's in very detail. So here you can see you have the version and you have the services. Guys, if you don't understand the concept, then you will definitely not able to deploy your own Node.js or Angular applications, right? Because in this video, I'm going to teach some hidden secrets, right? Because without those secrets, you will not able to customize your own applications. That's why I'm telling you, don't skip the video, watch this video consistently and till the end, right? So you can understand what exactly the secrets, hidden secrets that I'm going to show you. right? So here you have the services. Services can be many, right? So we have the service like app. This is our application layer, right? Like Angular application we are going to build. So we this name you can give anything. I'm giving application, right? App. Then we are giving to build, right? Why I'm giving this build is instructions, right? It will take to like context. Context means it is asking where is your Docker file is available. So in the my root project directory, this is available. So I am giving here dot. You can give the file name is Docker, and I want to give the container name as a Facebook, right? FB, right? And the policy I'm giving unless the stop. And port number, the application is using port number 3000. I'm giving port number, host port number is 3000, container port also 3000, right? And it is requiring some environmental file. These .env file is also available in my root project. You can see this is available here, and this you can see then depends on, because this web application is using Mongo, is using the Mongo database, so it is also depending on the Mongo, and also some volumes and network, right? So you can see this network we have already created, so that network we are going to implement it here. And also volume has also created, right? As we have here, this is secret is external, right? As we have already created the volume and network, let me show you that. So here you can see our server, and let me go back here. Let me show the Docker volume, right? Here you can see we have already created our Mongo volumes, and also we have created network. So that's why we here my network, right? You can see network is also created. So I want to create my custom network and custom volume, and I want to attach it. That's why I want to I'm telling this file, hey, use my own created network and volume, right? This was first secret of this video, right? Then here you can see this application is depend on the network magnet, right? So this will work perfectly, right? Then we have the Mongo, right? So we need to create the database. So here we have the Mongo. So which image I'm going to use for that MongoDB? I'm using 4.4, right? And I want to give the name same as above, and the policy unless stop. Then it requires some environmental properties. Very, very important part. This is our video second. This is secret second. So in the secret, you can see we are giving the environmental properties. Without these environmental property, your container will never start, right? So this we are giving the right environmental properties, and you are going to give the also. Then we have the volumes, then we have the network, same as above, right? So this is how your application will create a Mongo database container as well, right? Then we have the Mongo Express. Why we need this Mongo Express? Because this is an admin UI. Sometime our company or manager, your manager will tell you, hey, I need the Mongo Express UI, because we need to test quickly how data is coming or not inside our database. So in such a scenario, we need this as well. So then you can understand we have this Mongo Express. So what is your image name? Here we are giving our image name. Then we are giving our container name, and the policy that we are giving is stop unless stop, and depends on, as I told, this Mongo Express depends on the MongoDB, and it requires some environmental properties like database name, username, password, and its port number, right? And you can see the ports, and then we are exposing this Mongo Expert. This is because this is a web interface, so it is required on ports, right? So you can see, as we have discussed inside YAML, this is the array. So we are giving the is first item of this list. So this is host port number, and this is container port number, network. So hope you have understood this YAML, right? So guys, I have saved your a lot of time. If I go and write this and teach you step by step, then you can definitely get confused. Even instead of writing in front of you, I thought I should write this. I should ready for that it, right? So now you can check it out from our GitHub repository, and you can understand what exactly happening. And if you don't have idea, then I'm here explaining, so you can listen my explanation, so you can understand what exactly and how this is working, right? So this is how, right? And here one thing I want to tell, right? So you can see, guys, this context path is pointing where I told you this context path is pointing my project root directory. In this directory, I have created one Docker file, right? In the last two sessions, we have discussed about this Docker file a lot of times. So you can see we have whatever we need that we are going to instructed here. So we are need the Docker 20 and we are setting working directory, copying and installing. Then again, remaining files we are copying and exposing code and whatever we need that we are doing here. Now, this is what about the backend. Now we need to understand our front end. So here you can see we have the front end Docker compose file. Here you can see. So this is very easy and simple file. So you can see here we are just using one service for the Angular. Here what I'm doing, I'm giving the name of web and the container name also as a web, and I'm giving the build path as a root of this directory. So this directory is content.docker file. I'll show what exactly inside this Docker file. Although we have discussed about this Docker file also in our previous two sessions. And here we are giving the production, right? Guys, you can notice we are switching our local environment to production, right? Because our application will be run inside the production and we are giving the policy also here and the port number we are giving. So this going to use the Nginx web server. So that port number is 80 and I'm exposing it on uh, 400 to 4200 port number, and we are also using this as a same network. So guys, second secret is that have you noticed our all the containers are using the same network? Because every container, right, every container will be required communication between each other, right? So that's why we are running all the container on the same network. Guys, we have discussed about Docker networking in very detail and also about the networking for the DevOps in our previous lectures. If you haven't watched yet them, so please go and watch, because there I have explained how much networking knowledge a network engineer is having. That much knowledge I have shared with you. So please go and watch those videos. I will share those videos link in the descriptions so you can check out that. So then here you can see our, where is the, let me close this first, no need of this, and yeah, here. So then we have giving the build path, then we are giving the container name, then we are giving the environment, because we need to run our application in the production. That's why we are giving the production policy, port number, networking, and we are creating network. Right? So up to here, I hope you have understood everything and how you can write your own YAML file, right? Guys, you can use ChatGPT in order to write your Docker Compose YAML files. But yeah, I highly recommend it go and do whatever I have explained to in our previous video. There we use the manual approach. You have to do the manually first, then you can use ChatGPT and right copy paste the YAML, right? Because there you can understand core part of that. So here everything just we have written whatever we have done into our previous lectures. Then let's see what exactly inside this Docker file. Guys, I told you we have discussed about this Docker file as well in our previous lectures. So here also nothing is new. Just whatever we have discussed in our previous video, same thing is mentioned here. Okay. So now the time is to build and see the application is running or not, right? So the second secret I will show you. First, let me run. So I will share the code with you guys. This is my server. I have already cloned the GitHub repository from my GitHub. I told you you can also download the code from the GitHub. Let me show it once again. So the repository name is DevOps Bahadur, GitHub slash DevOps Bahadur, and you can go here from repository. Here you can download your backend code, and from here you can download front end code, right? So the front end, I hope I'm having already, though that code is already I am having. Okay, something went wrong. Something went wrong. I don't know what is happening. Okay, server. I think yeah, we have connected again to the server. So what I was showing to you, yeah. So here, let me show the code first. Where is my code is available? So you can see I have cloned these two repository. You can also clone. Let me go inside that repository. First, we will deploy the backend, then we will deploy the front end. Inside the backend, I will show what I have here. So whatever I have explained as of now, same thing here you can see we have in this Docker file, right? Same thing. also Docker compose file has also same thing. Nothing is changed. Nothing is changed, guys. So same thing is here, right? So let me write Docker compose up, right? So here Docker compose and let me write H, right? So first you can see we have so many commands, right? This that we use, right? So same as with Docker, here also we have all commands. So you can use Docker config, Docker compose config, create, down, event, execute, help, images, skill, logs, pause, ports, like so all the commands that we use to in Docker, that same command you have to use here, right? So in order to start your composer or create the container, right? So you can see here. First, I will show the any container is running or not. No. So as of now, we have no container running, right? You can see we have no container running. Now, first our application will create the container and run the container, right? So Docker compose up -d. I want to run in backend, right? Yeah, it is creating the Mongo container. So guys, as I already done this previous, so it may take in your system 1 or 1 minute, right? It may take 1 minute in order to create, because it will in the when you fire this command at first time, it will download the images, right? Like Node images, MongoDB and Mongo Express images, and also it may take the building your own application layer image, right? So that's why it can take time, right? In case of you, let me show the available images, right? So you can see we have created one cloud this image, and we have also created this application image, right? And we have already Mongo image, and we have already the Mongo Express image also we have, yeah, here, right? So now you can see container is running, right? Yeah. How many containers has started? 3 containers has started. You can see this is application tier, this is Mongo Express, this is Mongo, right? And I want to make sure is it really working correctly or not. So let me show the logs, Docker logs. Which container? Facebook container. Yes, it is running and connected. Sir, can we check these logs like Docker compose logs? No, you can directly logs, right? So here you can see, yes, our server. So it will show you all logs of all the containers, right? So you can see all 3 containers logs we are having, and we have no problem. Everything is working as expected, right? So let me clear. Now let me show is it working or not. Here, let me change the URL. As earlier we have changed it localhost. We need to change our server IP. So my IP is 10.57.88.165. Okay, let me try to log in. Yeah, this time we are able to log in, right? So can let me copy the token and let me see the username as well. Here I'm going to remove this and I'm going to paste this, and you can see we have the get request. It should come. It should come. Something is going to wrong here. Yeah, this time it should come, right? Yeah. So whatever user has login, that user profile we are getting, right? That means our backend is working. And let me show you the Mongo Express also, so that yeah, this is also working, right? Here is the database, and in this database we have 2 tables, 2 collections like blocks and users. Let me show is we have blocks or not. Yeah, we have one block, right? And how many users? Let me show the users. These many users we have. So I will create one more users and I will show it is working or not. So as of now, our front end, which is running for number 2, this is also working, right? This is also working, right? So how it is working? Let me go back. Docker, yes. How it is working? I don't know. It is not working. Then it is why it is showing. I don't know how it is. Yeah, yeah, it is not working. Yeah, because actually container is not running. Then how it is? How can it run? So we need to run. Okay. So first we need to go inside cloud and Angular. This is my project directory, and we need to fire the same command compose up. I will run inside the back backend mode. Okay. So yeah, it is going to create, and yeah, it get created. So we need to go and so refresh the page. Yeah, this time we are able to log in, right? So I will create one user, or I can go with Cloudwings already have created. So I will go the type the password, email and password. I will click on sign on. Yeah, we are able to sign in, and I will show you guys the request is coming from the backend. So here you can understand how exactly they're working, right? So you can see this blog site, and here the response time, and here you can see the header. So the a request is coming from the this, right, this is the server IP, this is not my local, right? If it is being off from the local, then it should be the local host, right? So but it is coming from my server, that's why it is the server IP, right? So you can see we have the secret policy as well, and we have already the authorization token also. And so this much technical things also here. So you, as a being a DevOps engineer, you don't need to understand these things, but yeah, I am from the developer background as well, so I am having these knowledge as well, right? So yeah, you can see we are able to see, and you can also edit the file, and you can just deploying a 2 tier. Let me change it to 3 tier. So we will see it is application is working or not. So yeah, we are able to update the 2 to 3 tiers. That means application is working fine, and you can see the available blocks. Okay, let me write one new post or new blocks. How to how to create on YAML file, right? So this thing you can go and chat GPT, and there you will understand, right? So I'm just writing and just pasting its n number of times, and I'm just creating the post. So yeah, our post is going to create. Yeah, it is get successfully created, right? So yeah, application is working fine as expected. Data is going in our database. Let me show the data is coming or not, right? So we have created one block. So the block, yeah, how to create on YAML. I have created in front of you. You can see the file is, and the block collection is come came. Sorry, right, yeah. So this come right. So I will add one more block, and so you can see and feel the how it is working or not. Nice app. I'm just giving the name anything, and you can see I'm just pasting. I'm just pasting, guys. So you can see, yeah, we have created. So second post we have also created, and I will show you here. Yeah, in my database, it should come here, right? It should come. The blocks not came. Okay, actually, this is my local. Yeah, this is actually okay. Okay, yeah, actually, here we need to create nice app. Okay, so you can see nice app by Cloudwings technology, right? So here you can see I am going to create. It is going to create. So yeah, post is scan. And let me refresh it. Or just to find, yeah, you can see we have third post also came. So this is how you have deployed the 3D application just in single click or 1 or 2 clicks. Before that, you have to work on that file, and you have to write YAML files. Okay, so you have understood this, and let me delete in front of you. Is it working? Yeah, it is also working. Yeah, so everything is working as expected. Although being a DevOps engineer, you not need to care about the functionality. You have to check data is going into the database or not, right? If the data is going into your database and going to store inside your database, that means you have your deployment has successfully running. Yeah, and here Angular application is also already running. So guys, this is our today's session, which is about deploying the 3-tier application with YAML, right? So hope you have understood today's topic. Today we have discussed about the what is the YAML, what is the different, what is XML, what is JSON, and what is the difference between YAML, JSON, and XML. Yeah. and we have deploy and we have write our own YAML files. So in the industry, many people are calling the XML. Many people are will tell you in the industry nobody is using the Docker Compose, but this is not a true, guys. This is a myth. Right? Everybody is using, especially many startup companies are still using Docker Compose. So you have to learn the Docker Compose. You have idea, at least some idea how to write the YAML file for your services, right? So like that, you can deploy three-tier applications. Hope you guys, this today's video will help you. And if you like, share, comment, so it will be allowed to me, right? Thank you for watching.